Welcome to Let's Talk Sports in South Jersey, home of South Jersey sports. Everything is quiet in the Philly sports world. We would still have to wait until further notice for the teams to return to action. Now let's talk about the coronavirus that is impacting the sports world. The XFL's inaugural season kicked off February 8th, 1 week after the Super Bowl. But now Vince McMahon's XFL Football League is shutting down for the season, a victim of the coronavirus threat and the widening clampdown on non-essential activity. The Rugby Football Union has suspended all levels of the game in England until April 14th because of the coronavirus. The announcement came soon after the Premiership was halted for 5 weeks. The RFU said all activity, cup matches, and rugby education courses should be stopped. The quarterfinals of the European Champions Cup and Challenge Cup, scheduled for April 3rd, 4th, and 5th, have also been postponed. The Pro 14 and Top 14 leagues were suspended indefinitely last week. Let's get through the coronavirus! Now let's talk about NFL free agency. The first wave of free agency has passed, and it was a wild week of player movement. Several household names, such as DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, and Byron Jones, switched teams. The Philadelphia Eagles didn't have many needs. They had to address their cornerback situation as well as their wide receiver core, but the latter could be filled in the draft. The Eagles then nabbed one of the market's best cornerbacks in Lts Sj, acquiring him from Detroit for 3rd and 5th round picks and signing him to a 3-year, $50 million contract extension. Sj gives the Eagles a number 1 corner who can follow and shut down some of the NFL's best receivers, while they need to continue to address the position with depth. The Old Pro can cover a lot of holes, but Sj wasn't Philly's only big addition. The Eagles signed veteran defensive tackle Javon Hargrave, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers, to a 3-year, $39 million deal. While Hargrave isn't an elite sack artist, he is one of the NFL's toughest nose tackles to block, as he has elite speed and quickness for the position. He should dominate against the run and help push Fletcher Cox into more one-on-one matchups. The Eagles still have 8 picks and more cap space, but they have already added 2 elite defenders. Look for both Sj and Hargrave to have big seasons. Good luck to the teams in the 2020 NFL offseason. Let's talk about Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins, former Eagle safety, said he never wanted to leave the team, leaving more questions as to why the Pro Bowl safety is now part of the New Orleans Saints. The former Eagle safety spent the last 6 seasons in Philadelphia, making the Pro Bowl 3 times. He spent the 5 seasons before that with the Saints. He signed with New Orleans for 4 years, reportedly worth as much as $32 million, but only the first 2 years, worth $16 million, are guaranteed. Jenkins had said after the Eagles season ended that he wouldn't play for the Eagles under terms of his contract, which was for $7.6 million this season, the final year of his deal. The highest paid safeties in the NFL are in the $14 million per year range. Devin McCourty, who like Jenkins is 32 years old, re-signed with the Patriots for 2 years and $23 million. Jenkins described his best moments with the Eagles, such as winning the Super Bowl. He also described his first game as an Eagle on September 7, 2014 against the Jaguars. The Eagles were losing 17-0 at halftime and the team was getting booed. He went on to thank Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie, head coach Doug Peterson, defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, and the rest of the coaching staff, and of course, his teammates. Welcome to New Orleans, Malcolm! It's time to talk about Tom Brady. The New England Patriots weren't able to keep Tom Brady this offseason. Or rather, they didn't do enough to keep Brady around. The 20-year member of the team elected to sign elsewhere this offseason and ultimately joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Over 2 years with the Bucs, Brady is set to make a maximum of $60 million, with $50 million in guarantees. The terms of this contract are completely fair, and so was what he reportedly asked of the Bucs after they agreed to that contract. It's encouraging for the Buccaneers that Brady wants to get on the same page as his new teammates so quickly. It does make sense, after all. This is the first time he is changing teams since he went from the University of Michigan to the Patriots. So getting to know a new 90-man roster will take time, but Brady evidently is off to a good start. It will be interesting to see if Brady makes any demands should he struggle to click with the Bucs, or if he decides that he wants Antonio Brown in the fold. But for the time being, it seems that he is just focused on getting to know his teammates as he prepares for the biggest change of his professional career. Good luck to Tom Brady in Tampa Bay! That is a wrap. You can check me out on my podcast at Stefan Sports Radio, or through the podcast app, or this YouTube channel. And you can listen to me on Saturday nights at 6 o'clock on 1360 WNJC in Cherry Hill. Thank you for watching, and keep those comments rolling, and stay safe and healthy.